The nation I'm repping with pride. Hardcore fans, yeah, we in the house. Big dreams, but we catch now, no doubt. Silver and black, till I die. Win or lose, you know the loyal hearts keep it tight. It's the life.
West the coast, living, keeping it G from rhythms always packed up, no, run.
Every game we bring the heat is tight. From the stand to the streets we ride. Loyal to the soil, no switching sides. Haters talk, but the nation shines. Win or lose, you know why. Loyal heart can keep in tight. It's the life. Cast born is the morning after. Red of life, we bring the rapture. Talk is real, we shake the ground. Lunatic. Raider, hear that sound. Silver and black, till I die. Win or lose, you know why. Loyal hearts, keeping tight. Raider life, it's the life.
Late night talking about the silver shine. Yeah. Lunatic radio don't speak its mind.
Win or lose or tied, I'm on that ride. Raider Nation, I'm repping with pride. Hardcore fans, yeah, we in the house. Big dreams, but we catch now, no doubt. Silver and black, till I die. Win or lose, you know the loyal hearts keep it tight. It's the life.
West the coast, living, keeping it G from rhythms always packed up, no, run.
Every game we bring the heat is tight. From the stand to the streets we ride. Loyal to the soil, no switching sides. Haters talk, but the nation shines. Win or lose, you know why. Loyal heart can keep in tight. It's the life. Cast born is the morning after. Red of life, we bring the rapture. Talk is real, we shake the ground. Lunatic, Raider, hear that sound. Silver and black, till I die. Win or lose, you know why. Loyal hearts, keeping tight. Raider life, it's the life.
Late night talking about the silver shine. Yeah. Lunatic radio don't speak its mind.
Win or lose or tied, I'm on that ride. Raider Nation, I'm repping with pride. Hardcore fans, yeah, we in the house. Big dreams, but we catch now, no doubt. Silver and black. Win or lose.
8, 7.
Raider Nation, stand up.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
What it do, Raider Nation? What it do, man? Happy Monday. Welcome to another episode of the Morning After Podcast. We're yours truly, Lunatic Raider, man. And we take a deep dive into yesterday's game. Raiders versus Rams. We know the outcome. We took that L 20-15, but our team did fight, but that's not saying anything in the win or loss column because we still got those L's. But I'm going to also give you guys an update on the situation with AOC's thumb, as well as my predictions for the team in weeks to come, as far as what I see could be happening. Not saying I heard anything. I ain't got no inside source. I'm just trying to analyze the situation and giving you guys a direction this team could go in the next 3 weeks, 4 weeks. We'll see. So with that being said, man, shout out to the world's most dangerous chat, man. Thank y'all for pulling up. I appreciate y'all for real, for real. We got in the building, man. We got Desert Rat in the building, man. Salute to you, top of the morning. Lawrence E in the house, man. What it is, Eagle Terrier 207. What it do, man? Good to see you, man. Barrio Clips TV in the building, man. Salute, salute, salute. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Who else we got up in here, man? We got Raider Chris 2001. What the deal is, man? Salute to you. Good to have you here, Alex. What it is, man? Top of the morning, man. Hope all is well. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 2-15 season. Hey, it could be. It definitely could be with our quarterbacks. You feel me? But I'm not mad though. That's one thing that I sat back and like, bruh, I'm really not mad. Because the thing that we all been banging the table for the team to go ahead and get is it could possibly be right in our laps. It could fall right to us just like Brock Bowers did, man. Salute to Brock Bowers, man, a beast of all beasts at the tight end position, doing his thizzle, man, for real. Who else we got on here? LL Cool Justin in the building, man. What it do, man? Yeah, it was an ugly game for real, bruh. We ain't got no good quarterback play. We're not going to win games with no offense. You feel me? Defense could do so much. But come on, 4 fucking intercept. Bruh, 4 turnovers? 4. Think about that. Not just that. It ain't just the turnovers. It's the fact that we had to settle for 5 field goals. If you minus out the turnovers and convert those field goals into touchdowns, game over. Game over. Not even it would have been a blowout. Us blowing them out. Turnovers led what I counted. I think out of the 4 turnovers that Minshew had, 2 of those end up going back for touchdowns. 14 points right there. Then you figure on 5 field goals, you're missing 4 points on each field goal. Considering it could have went down to being a fucking touchdown instead of a field goal. 5 of them. That's 35 points. We settled for 15. 5 field goals that we couldn't convert into touchdowns. That's another dilemma. It's a lot to go into it, bro. But like I said, I spent all my time just trying to analyze shit. I try to be positive with shit, but sometimes you just come to the conclusion it is what it is. It is what it is. It's like trying to turn a hoe into a housewife. She's still gonna suck dick on the side. You know, bro, it's like a lost cause. Don't even get upset about it. Just fuck it. You know what I mean? She is what she is. How can we get rich off of it? You feel me? But anyway, though, hey, shout out to everybody, man. Tom DeLeon in the building. What it do, my G, my guy, what it is, man. Salute to you as well. Who else we got up in this? B.I.H. We the people in the building, man. Salute to you. Oh, I see you, OC Nation. I got you right now, bruh. You came in first with the what? With the who? With the what? With the how? With this. Sir, yes, sir, man. We up in here. Billy Davis in the building, man. What it is. Good morning to you. Good to have you here. Let me see who else we got up in this. The Gaffler, what it is, dog. Raider Nation for life. And that shit won't change, regardless of the record. You feel me? Hey, it takes a special type cat to be a Raider fan. Hey, this ain't for the weak-hearted. I'm gonna tell you now, being a fan of this team, it's not for the weak. If you weak, bro, this ain't for you, bro. You gonna break down and start crying. All them tears gonna soak the streets, bro, and you ain't gonna have nothing to show for it. So if you ain't built for this shit, I advise you, find you another team. Find you another team. It's a special kind of, I'm gonna say it, fuck it, I'll talk about myself. It's a special kind of stupid to be a Raider fan. And I'm specially stupid. I don't know how to quit. That's my problem. I play too much. I don't know how to quit. So hey, they stuck with me, bro. I don't know how to quit being a fan. I don't know how. Don't know how. NorCal Raider Jesse in the building, man. Salute to you. Top of the morning. If was a fifth, we all be drunk. Hey, for real, for real. If my aunt had nuts in a stick, she'd be my uncle. Yes, indeed, man. But it is what it is, bro. I still rock with the team. That ain't gonna change. Holly in the building. Salute to you. Who else we got in here? Why am I all of a sudden my signings is gonna act funny? Frankie Sanchez, what it do, bruh? Top of the AM. Good to have you here. Yes, indeed. I'm trying to go through. Y'all in here good, man. I like this shit. Shout out to everybody watching, man. Subscribe and hit that hitchhiker thumb. Told y'all, hit that shit. Some of y'all be acting squares on the pool table and 3 shades greener. Eugene Powell right in the kisser, man. What it do? Salute to you, man. Good to have you here. I think we all up in this BIH. Tony Shefford in the building, man. What it is, man. Can't quit. Hey, for real, we can't quit. Just like the team. The team did not quit yesterday. That's one thing I was impressed with, because I thought from the rumors of people having inside sources that AP lost the locker room. No, that ain't true. That ain't true. You don't lose the locker room and they come out fighting to try to get a win, bruh. But that damn Getsy. Oh, we're going to get into Getsy in a minute. Shout out to the Dodgers. That's right, making it to the World Series, man. Salute to them, man, for real. Even though I hate what y'all fucking did back in, what was it, 88 against the A's? Yeah, that old crippled ass Kurt Gibson knocking that motherfucking homer, limping across around the fucking bases. I'll never forget that shit. Never. I was a diehard A's fan back when I was a youngster back in the late 80s, bruh. And that hurt my soul. But we did get it back, though, against the punk-ass Giants in the Earthquake World Series. Battle of the Bay. We got that ass, though. But yeah, them damn Dodgers, I'll never forget that shit. That motherfucker limping around the bases. I'm like, this son of a bitch. We had Terry Steinbach, Dave Henderson, Ricky Henderson, fucking who else? Jose Canseco, Mark McGuire, Terry Steinbach. Come on, Walt Weiss. I name them all off. Randy Johnson. Come on now. Come on. We had these motherfuckers and we couldn't get the fucking win, bruh. We couldn't get the win. Goddamn, Kurt. You son of a bitch. I'll never forget that. For real, for real. All right, y'all, man. Let's get into the show, man. Let's talk about our Raiders. Kirk Gibson, man. I'll never forget that World Series, bro. That hurt my soul. That hurt my soul, man. That motherfucker knocked that shit over. Oh, my God. We had that shit, and that motherfucker knocked that shit. I'll give him his props. He did that shit on one leg. You feel me? Oh, one-legged home run. I ain't never seen no shit like that. Shit. Salute. Hey, shout out to the world's most dangerous chat, man. Like I say, without you, there's no me, and without us, there's no nation. There's only one nation, and that's the motherfucking Raider Nation. Salute, y'all. All right. First things first. We know yesterday's game, AOC started off in the game. Didn't do too well. End up having to punt. He had one incident where on the play, he went to throw the ball. His hand got hit in the process of the follow-through, which was his thumb. Thumb got injured. I know a lot of people were asking last night, what's the update on his thumb? I have the update on his thumb and the medical procedure that it's going to take, depending on what type of injury in the thumb it is, which we hopefully will know more either today or tomorrow. Once they give him a full checkout on that thumb to see. I'm hearing hairline fractures. There can be other things, but here's a doctor that knows about it. I pulled this off so you guys can hear the breakdown as far as depending on the different injuries of the thumb, the procedures to get it repaired, and how soon it would take for them to get back from rehab and whatnot. So without further delay, man, hey, let me take myself.
Guys, Aiden O'Connell suffered a thumb injury. Let's talk about it. So I'm Dr. Jesse Morse, a sports medicine physician in Miami, and there's a couple different possibilities for a thumb injury. Traditionally, we have the CMC joint down here. We have the UCL, which is the main stabilizer in the thumb. Now, for these guys, traditionally, there's one of two injuries that prevent them from coming back in the game, specifically for a throwing quarterback on their throwing hand. So this is either a thumb fracture or a UCL tear. That's traditionally one of the two options. Now, there's been rumblings that this was a fracture. So it depends. The thumb fractures can be complicated, especially for a throwing guy. So this could range from 2 weeks to 6 weeks to season ending. It just depends on exactly where the bone fractured and what type of hardware, if any, they need to put in there. Hands are especially complicated, especially for a throwing athlete on the throwing grip, because you have to grip with your thumb. You can't not throw with your thumb. If this was a pinky, it's important, but not as important. If this is your non-throwing hand, like several guys over the past couple of years, they might miss a week or not be able to do as well, but they can play. It's very hard to do anything if you don't have your throwing hand. Now, if this is a UCL tear, which is the ligament that basically stabilizes this joint, and it's a partial tear, they can come back in a week or two sometimes. If it's a full thickness tear, it needs to be reconstructed, and this usually takes about 4 to 6 weeks. So we will probably, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets put on IR, and we will see Gardner Minshew for the time going forward. But unfortunate injury, just the nature of how it kind of happened, and those are the most likely scenarios. I'll give you more information when we know it.
And that's the breakdown as far as what they say with AOC's thumb. So now we're left with Minshew. Don't know exactly, like I said, don't know the parameters of the injury of the thumb, but it's on his throwing hand. So, of course, that's going to limit him from participating in whatever it is he has to do with throwing the football. And that's including playing in live games. But Minshew was there. We see how Minshew went out this last Sunday. Horrible outing. I had to get 4 horribles out there because each one of those turnovers was horrible. So now you're left with an emergency quarterback in Jacoby Myers, who was injured, so he couldn't be up there. Do we bring in Gus Bradley's son off the practice squad? You just might have to do that unless they're turning down another avenue, and that is to go out and grab a free agent quarterback. Free agent quarterback that's out there. Trade deadline ain't here yet. Maybe you pull one of them off, but I don't see them giving up draft capital. I think they're loading up for this off season. That's one thing that all the signs are pointing to the Raiders loading up for this all season because they will be making a splash in free agency as well as the draft. They're accumulating draft picks as well as financial capital to get under that cap to give them 120 million plus to go out there and spend on what they need and what they want. So I don't think trading for a quarterback is an option. You know what I mean? I don't think that's an option. They, like I said, they're not giving up draft capital for something that just might be not even a full year, a half year rental. You know what I mean? So I don't think they go that route. I think they rock with what they got. It is what it is. Either way it goes, it's going to put the Raiders in a good situation. Whether we win, get into the playoffs, I doubt that happens. But I'm just saying, if then that could be a good thing, or if we just organically tank. Not that we're trying to tank on purpose, but the fact of all the injuries is the main thing. We're tanking by nature. Let's just say like that. We're tanking by nature because nature is taking its course and is striking us, boy. They striking us down. Mother Nature ain't shit. Between Mother Nature and Father Time, man, I'm glad to make my parents, man, because they is not bullshitting this year. And I'm talking about not just us, all teams. Saints is getting ravaged with fucking injuries. You know what I mean? You got fucking, look at the Niners. Brandon Ayuk, I heard, is injured and shit. List just goes on and on. You know, so we'll see how this shit unfolds with AOC. But like I said, bro, hey, the only thing I can tell y'all to do, this is how you got to approach the rest of this season. Expect the worst and hope for the best. That's all you can do. Don't get upset. Don't get wild up. Don't get stressed out because the team ain't winning. Fuck it. We're going to hit reset after this year. Go get our quarterback. We know the main issue is a quarterback. So let's go get our quarterback and see what these other draft picks bring us, as well as free agency, what we can actually plug holes with and draft. And then we're making a give our opinion and think about, okay, this is what this team could do. But right now, bro, ain't no sense in stressing yourself out. All right, the other thing I want to talk about, like I said, I'm making a projection. I'm looking how shit is unfolding, and I know without making a big splash with a trade or whatnot, giving up trade assets like I just mentioned, I think the other route that the Raiders can do, which AP ain't going to take the blunt of the blame. He's a rookie head coach. He's never done this before. He's going to make his mistakes. He's going to have to learn from them. But the thing that I see, Getsy had the run game going yesterday. Why do you get away from it? If you're averaging 4.2 yards a carry rushing the ball, why do you get away from it? Why? Why you run the ball only 29 times? Throw it for 40-something. Boy, the run game was working. And that's one thing that they've been doing all season. It's like they'll call a game plan. They go out there and they stick to the schedule and it works out. And then all of a sudden, when it's working, you go away from it. Why do you go away from something that's working? The run game was working. Especially when you're going up against a team with the worst rushing defense. Why do you just stop doing that and then start throwing all the fucking time? You didn't have to do that. So Getsy is on the hot seat. This is how I see it. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to break it down to who I think needs to do what and how to do it. I think Getsy's going to be gone. Getsy's going to be gone after these next 2 weeks. We got Kansas City this weekend. Following weekend, we got Cincinnati. Then it's the bye week. The bye week is the perfect time to get rid of Getsy and get his replacement in there. Who's his replacement? And I keep banging the table because I'm going to break him down to Joe Philbin. Needs to replace Getsy. Now, do you fire Getsy or do you strip him of play calling abilities and give it all to Joe Philbin? Philbin has not been removed from the game too long. The last job he had in the NFL, he was the offensive line coach for the Dallas Cowboys. But before then, the teams that he had control over the offense on, whether it was as offensive coordinator or head coach, every single time, and it was 3 different occasions, he ran the offenses, and all 3 times he rose that offense from the ashes into the top 10. To the top 10. So once again, we're going to revisit the breakdown of Joe Philbin and what he brings to the table. And we're going to look at the numbers and break it down officially to really see, is this gold or fool's gold? I believe it's gold. I think Joe Philbin was better. You know how we say some people are better suited as coordinators than they are head coaches? Joe Philbin is one of them. Joe Philbin is one of them, even with a Super Bowl ring under his belt. So right now, what we're going to do, we're going to tap in. Shout out to everybody that's pulled up. I appreciate y'all, man. Go ahead and hit that hitchhike and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Shout out to everybody on Instagram. Y'all do the same thing over there, man. I hope all is well. Man, let's dive into it. This is my case for Joe Philbin to replace Luke Getsy as offensive coordinator of the Las Vegas Raiders. And we won't skip a beat. We don't have to go. Ain't no team is going to give us permission to interview any of their potential candidates. Not during the season. Ain't going to happen. So if you do fire Getsy or relieve him of his play calling duties, I say it happens in 2 weeks during the bye. So whoever takes over gets 2 weeks to establish and install what it is he wants to run, which is, I think Joe Philbin is perfect. Perfect. And he has the pedigree to show you offense is his specialty. Offense is his specialty. Maybe not a head coach, but as an offensive coordinator, his specialty. So without further delay, man, let's go ahead and do a deep dive into Joe Philbin, potential replacement at OC for Luke Getsy, man, because Luke Getsy, bruh, I'm sorry, bruh, but you just not, you're not the answer, bro. We put you in the booth, and you still making dumb decisions. So with that, let's go ahead and dive into this one time, y'all.
In 2003, Philbin joined the Green Bay Packers coaching staff. During his tenure as offensive coordinator from 2007 to 2011, the Packers offense ranked in the top 10 of the NFL for points scored and total yards each season, including their 2010 Super Bowl winning season. In January 2012, Philbin was named the 10th head coach of the Miami Dolphins. Philbin guided the team to a 24-28 record during his time as the Dolphins head coach, unable to lead them to a winning record or make the postseason. Through his first 3 seasons, the offense improved from ranking 27th to 11th. On January 10, 2018, Philbin was hired by the Green Bay Packers to serve his second stint as their offensive coordinator. Here are the Packers' 2018 offensive rankings under Philbin. Yards per game, ranked 4th with 398.5 yards per game. Yards per play, ranked 4th with 6.4 yards per play. Third down conversion percentage, ranked 6th with 46.43%.
And there you have it, brother. The numbers speak for itself. And if it went a little too fast and y'all couldn't catch up, I got it all written down, and we're going to break it down per stop that he had control over the offenses in 3 different times during his tenure as OC or even as head coach, but with control over the offense. Okay, like they mentioned, he was offensive coordinator for Green Bay Packers from 2007 to 2011. So remember that. That's 5 years he was offensive coordinator with the Green Bay Packers. In every single year he was offensive, all 5 years, Green Bay's offense was top 10. And the top 10 that he was in for each 5 of those years was points scored and total yards. Each of those seasons, he was top 10 in both of those categories. Points scored and total yards in 5 years straight. And winning the Super Bowl in 2010. Then after all that, 2011 was his last year with Green Bay. 2012, Miami calls him up, interviews him, names him head coach. Now, he didn't do too swell as a head coach for Miami. Not, you know what I mean? But He turned in a record of 24 wins and 28 losses. But as head coach of that team and offense being his specialty, listen to what he did to their offense at that time he was with Miami as head coach. 2012, this happened. In the first 3 seasons, the offense for the Miami Dolphins, when he ran that shit, improved from 27th overall to 11th. Once again, in the first 3 seasons, he improved the offense as head coach of the Miami Dolphins, improved them from 27th overall to 11. That's 16 spots he jumped as soon as he took over. 16 spots. That's half the league. He passed up half of the NFL as soon as he took over as head coach from Miami. Now, I know the win-loss record, damn near 500 at 24 and 28, but his pedigree, his specialty is being an offensive coordinator, because every time he was one or had control over the offense, he grabbed them and dragged them out of the dust and brought them to being relevant. After he leaves Miami, he got fired from the Miami job. He leaves in 2018 to go back to Green Bay as the offensive coordinator again. Green Bay knew what they were missing. They brought him back 2018. So in 2018, him returning back to Green Bay as the offensive coordinator, once again, he takes a struggling offense and drags them out of the ashes, and then he takes them and makes that offense yards per game 4th in the NFL with 398.5 yards per game. Offense totals. Almost 400 yards a game he averaged coming back to Green Bay as the OC. 4th in the NFL. Not just that, yards per play also was 4th in the NFL at 6.4 yards per play. Third down conversion percentage was 6th at 46.45%. Every time he gets his hands on an offense, he elevates it. That's what he's good at. We know a lot of these guys as coordinators aren't great coaches, but are damn great coordinators. Joe Philbin is him. Joe Philbin is him. He's already on the team helping AP. So if you go in these next 2 weeks and we get smashed and offense can't do shit against Kansas City, then the following week, offense can't do shit against Cincinnati, then we go into the bye and we make that change. Whether it's firing Getsy or stripping him of his play calling duties and giving it to Joe Philbin. Joe Philbin was the guy for him in Green Bay. Facts. That was Joe Philbin's offense that won the Super Bowl for Green Bay in 2010. Just like that was Marvin Lewis's defense that was in Baltimore in 2000 to win him that Super Bowl. These are the kind of minds that AP brought along. Now, everybody's saying, well, if AP got all this help around him, why is he still making mistakes? Because that's what teachers have to allow students to do. You can't just give him the answer all the fucking time without trying to work it out in his own fucking head. How is he going to learn? What's going to happen when Joe Philbin and Marvin Lewis is gone? Then what? You got to allow him to go through the same process a rookie goes through when you draft him and he makes rookie mistakes, like JPJ did yesterday, like DJ Glaze did yesterday. You must allow that to happen. This is the learning process. Nobody said it was going to be fun. Nobody said it was going to be easy, but it's just the pecking order that you got to go through in life. You got to fuck up to learn what not to do next time. So allow AP to fuck up. If you wanted to go get a coach that already knew what he was doing, most likely if he was available, that means he got fired. Ain't that how we got Getsy? Because he was fired? Ain't that how we got Telesco? Because he got fired? Did they learn from their lesson? Obviously, Getsy hasn't. But that's the same thing. We look back on fucking McDaniels. He got fired from motherfucking Denver. Did he learn his lesson? Nope. Same bullshit. Some motherfuckers just don't learn. Like my dad used to always tell me, a hard head makes a soft ass. You feel me? A hard head makes a soft ass, and these are two dudes, ass probably softer than. Pause. Don't give me. Hey, don't you fucking tell nobody I say that shit. But man, a hard head makes a soft ass, and their ass is probably softer than motherfucking drugstore cotton, bro. I don't know. I don't be touching men's asses, but they hard-headed as a motherfucker, so they gotta be sitting on some tissue. You feel me? But yes, these two dudes ain't learned. But you got guys that have learned. Belichick, first starting off in Cleveland, failed miserably. Succeeded later. Learned what to fix the next time around. What's the head coach from fucking Seattle? Failed miserably with New England. Get to Seattle, bam, bam. Well, he ain't with Seattle no more. But turned around, took them to two straight Super Bowls, winning one. So some people do get it. Andy Reid didn't do great. Well, like when he started off in Philadelphia, let me tell you about Andy Reid. Andy Reid first gets the job in Philadelphia, right? 5-11. 5-11 was Andy Reid's record his first year as head coach. 5-11. Philadelphia. You know what he ended up doing with Philadelphia? Taking them to the Super Bowl. He didn't win it, but he took them there. He learned. He took his knowledge, went to Kansas City. And as much as we hate those sons of bitches, look at what they doing. How many Super Bowls have they won in the last 5 years? You know what I mean? And now they're going for a three-peat. That's Andy Reid, bro. Andy Reid. It didn't matter what receivers they brought in there. It didn't matter if Bieniemy wasn't offensive coordinator or not. It didn't matter. Why? Because Andy Reid was the common denominator. But you got to allow them to make the mistakes to become the Andy Reids. Bill Walsh, 49ers, 4 Super Bowls under his belt in the 80s. First year as 49ers head coach, 2-14. Just imagine if the 49ers would have fired him after 5 fucking games that year. They probably would never even seen those 4 Super Bowls. That's why I say a lot of you motherfuckers, I can tell y'all premature ejaculators. Y'all come quick. That's why bitches don't fuck with you. You come too quick. You too quick and too anxious to move on. When you need to just slow down. Let the process happen. The process, you let it happen, it's going to tell you whether to keep him or fire him. Not jump to conclusions. Not to jump the gun and, get rid of him before he has an opportunity to become what he is that he's supposed to be. I don't understand that. All the great coaches went through this shit. Everybody like Tomlinson. Shout out to Tomlinson from Pittsburgh. He's been a coach for 16 years now? How many Super Bowls he got? Did Pittsburgh fire him because he ain't won a Super Bowl in years? In 16 years? Yeah, he's winning, but he's not winning the overall prize. Dallas Cowboys, do wonderful in the regular season. Make it to the playoffs every year. Do they win, though? Do they win, though? You got to let the process happen. And like I said, the process is going to let you know to either fire this dude or to keep him. Right now, the process with Getsy, come on, bro. We all know the outcome of this Getsy shit. Because the process is telling us. Look at what he's doing. From the sideline or up in the crow's nest, look at what he's doing. He has a well-scripted coming out of the tunnel-ass script for the offense to start off shit. But then he gets away from what's working. Why, if it's not broke, what's the old saying? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Why, if the run game is working, you get away from it? The process just showed you. Sometimes people what they do, they tend to get into a situation where they outthink themselves. They outthink themselves. I know that they know that I know that they know that I know that they know what I'm going to do. That kind of shit. They outthink themselves and they shoot themselves in the foot because they're doing too much when you don't have to. Al Davis said it the best. We're not worried about other teams. We don't care if you know what we going to do. Stop us. Stop us. The Rams know motherfuckers going to run on them because they suck ass on defense against the run. Of course teams is going to run. This is not new to them. But can they stop you? They could not stop us. But we get away from it. That's the kind of shit where the process shows you he's not the one. He's not ready. The second time around, he's not ready. I don't believe you should hire somebody who straight just got fired and then bring him straight in because he still has. I feel like they need to have time to let that shit sink in of why they got fired and how he can change it the next time around. He never had that. He never had to wonder what he needed to change to be a better OC. He just felt he got the job right after he lost that job, and boom, I didn't have to think about it. I must be good. They hired me. Well, guess what? The joke's on us. Y'all put one over our eyes. Y'all grabbed an OC that we really didn't want, but he's coming off of a fresh season of doing that position. But at the same time, sometimes when you get your ass fired, you need to really sit in deep thought with yourself and figure out what it is that you need to do to change what got you fired. And we didn't allow that to happen. We didn't allow that to happen. He didn't have time to think about it. So he's doing the same old dumb shit he did with Chicago. That's what it is. So, yeah, tis on us. But I say my prediction is by the time the bye week come, he will not be calling the plays. If he is calling the plays without improving, I'll be surprised. Then I'll say, okay, they're gonna organically tank. They're organically taking, not because they're forcing it to happen. It's just we're getting hit with bad luck. We're getting injuries. We got an inept ass offensive coordinator, and we ain't gonna replace him with nobody. So we gonna allow him to keep fucking up so we can keep losing. And he's not even trying to lose. He's just losing because that's what he does. He's fucking up. He can call at sometimes, like when they was utilizing Bowers, they were killing it. They couldn't stop Bowers. Madison, they couldn't stop him. But then why do you go away from what's working? That does not make sense to me. If it's working, why do you get away from it? And that's what he be doing. If the run game ain't broken, why you just all of a sudden just want to start throwing it all the fucking every down? Come on, bruh. And as the fan base, we get tired of this shit. Because and this is why I say we get tired. None of us has ever been an offensive coordinator in an NFL, college, maybe some high school cats out there has done it in high school. But on the level of the NFL, none of us has never called plays. But guess what? We all understand what the fuck ain't working. Ain't that a bitch? We all understand and realize what the fuck ain't working. And we ain't never had experience doing that shit. So that means that's common sense. Common sense is telling us this ain't him. This ain't him. This ain't what we need. So we got to correct it. We got to correct it. And that's why I say in about 2 weeks, if the same shit happens, he will not be calling the plays after we come out the bye. That'll be a perfect opportunity. If they give it to Philbin, and that's who I'm pushing for because his track record speaks loud and clear. He knows what he's fucking doing when it comes to offenses and bringing them from the depths of hell and bringing them to being relevant. Joe Philbin knows how to do that with offenses. He done it many a time. He knows this shit. And he's right here on the team as an advisor. Come on now. You better utilize and take advantage of the assets you have. Or else we're going to be looking for a new head coach after this year. Sorry to say it. But, bruh, if you showing that you can't learn from your mistakes either, and I'm a big advocate for AP. But sometimes people's, and I'm not saying this is you, bruh, but I'm just saying, sometimes people cockiness gets in their own way. You're too cocky to want to try to be the best. Jamarcus Russell, too cocky. I'm the #1 draft pick. I can throw 100 yards from my dick. That kind of cockiness. Without trying to put in the work and effort to be great, you think you're just automatically great. It takes work to be great. Michael Jordan wasn't great out of the womb. That motherfucker didn't even make his high school varsity team. And that pissed him off, and he worked hard to become who it is he is. You gotta work for greatness. You're not born with it. You're born with the potential to be great, but you still got to put in the work to become great. So sometimes you feel and I'm not saying you feel like this, AP, but I'm just saying some people feel like they make it. You know what I mean? Like going through as being an interim head coach and things are working in your favor and you're winning big games against Kansas City on Christmas and shit like that and blowing motherfuckers out with 63 points on the board, you start feeling yourself. I mean, you can't help but. You start feeling good, but you got to keep yourself modest and down to earth. Keep yourself modest. And you still got to continue to work hard. When you got the job, you got to work even harder. You work hard to get the job. Now you got to work even harder to keep it. And I know it's in you, bro, because that's the only way you got to where you at. You didn't get to where you're at on a fluke. You worked. You're good with people. You're a good organizer. A lot of people say, oh, he's not a real head coach. He's a rah-rah guy. You know what? When I was working as a supervisor in a warehouse back in California, I was receiving supervisor. And I knew how good I was. I was real thorough. Make sure nothing slipped through the cracks. Everything that we received in was everything that we received. But you know what the higher-ups had to come tell me? Oh, man, you're doing most of the work. We want you to delegate to your employees this shit. But I knew that they wanted shit to be correct because that's the reason why they fired this motherfucking supervisor and put me in his place, because I was like, oh, I'm going to be thorough. But I was thorough to a fault. My fault was I did not delegate responsibilities to other employees because I didn't trust they would get it right like I knew I can get it right. And they had to come tell me stop doing that shit. You're receiving most of all the shit. What about them? I said, you guys want to make sure that the shit comes in correct? I'm going to do it myself. They said, nah, your job is to delegate this shit. That's AP. His job is to delegate shit. He's delegating the defensive call duties to Patrick Graham, and he's delegating the motherfucking offensive play calling to Gessie. Well, guess what? One of the cats that you're delegating responsibility to can't handle it. So as a supervisor, aka head coach, you must make the decision on changing out the guy who cannot handle the delegation. First, you want to talk to him and say, look, I need to get more out of you, bro. This is not my vision. And if you talk to him and he does it again, as a grown man, bro, if you can't get the job done, then I'm going to delegate your responsibility to somebody else that I know can get it done. And I know if Gessie can't do it, Joe Philbin can. And this message has been brought to you by the Democratic Republican Party of the United States NFL Football League. But yeah, man, hey, I just want to hit those spots right now, man. Shout out to y'all, man. I probably miss a lot of y'all shit in the chat, man. I be going on. I be wanting to get that shit out of my head that I be thinking about. But yes, man, there's a lot to go around and to think about. So with that being said, man, you guys enjoy your Monday. Be safe. Make it back home to your loved one. Matter of fact, let me have one more drink with y'all. Salute to y'all, man. The real motherfucking nation. The Raider Nation, man. Salute. Oh, yeah. I'm going to knock this down and go get some ass. Now let me quit. Hey, shout out to y'all, man. Hey, y'all enjoy y'all Monday for real, for real. There's a lot to think about. Like I said, I believe Joe Philbin should be the guy if they do make a change from OC play calling from Getsy to him, and that should come during the bye. That will allow him 2 weeks to go ahead and tweak the playbook, which the playbook is probably the one come off of him in Green Bay. So he should know this play calls. You know what I mean? Getsy just he's not calling them correctly. Philbin will know what to do. Philbin would know what to do. AOC, I don't know the timeline on him. Hopefully, we'll find out today with the press conference on what they figured to be wrong with the thumb, hairline fracture, the time frame of rehab and getting back. We'll see. We'll see. So with that being said, man, you guys enjoy your Monday. I'll see you guys back here tomorrow morning. Same Raider time, same Raider channel. You know what it is, man. Tomorrow is all Raiders, no cut, right here on Raiders Allegiance, man. I'm your boy, Lunatic Raider. Man, you guys enjoy your day. Be safe. God bless y'all, man. Thank y'all. And those who have not subscribed, please do so and hit that thumb, man. I'm Lunatic Raider. And like I always say about this time, I'm out this bitch.